welcome to my Tarot Corner. So this is King Charles Year Ahead Tarot reading. And I'm going to do each day one of the family members a tarot reading, a yearly tarot reading. It's going to be from up till down. So I'm starting with King Charles. Tomorrow it will be Queen Camilla. And then the next day it will be Prince William. And so on and so on. So I'm using a mini deck, another Universal Tarot, but the mini deck, because it is a bigger tarot spread. It is an 11 cards spread actually. And so let's start by saying my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. Okay, so let's clear the deck and let's ask what is going to happen for King Charles in the year 2023. So clear the deck. Sorry, I have to do it this way. Okay, so King Charles 2023, what is going to happen to King Charles on 2023? King Charles next year. King Charles year ahead. Okay, so the first card is the lesson that King Charles learned from 2022, and what I'm getting here is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. Sixes are all about second chances. So the main lesson that he learned, and it is also a card of children, it's also a card that speaks about getting out of the comfort zone. So the main lesson that King Charles learned in 2022 is first that he needs to get out of the comfort zone, that he needs to go out there, and that maybe he will have to give second chances to people to rectify his error in the past, to give more attention to his children and to their children, so his grandchildren and children as a whole, the children of the realm. And this is actually a card that speaks about a return of a person from the past. But in this instance, because it is in the lesson that he learned on 2022, I don't think that we're talking about Prince Harry coming back. If it was in the future, then maybe, but it is the lesson that he learned, so I don't think so. But I think that 2022 taught Prince Charles that he needs to be more patient. He needs to realize that he needs to rectify errors that he had done in the past, that he needs to get out of his comfort zone, and that he needs to know that he needs to give second chances, and to remember that his children and to his grandchildren, and to pay attention to the children. Okay, so that's the lesson. What will happen for him in the relationship area? And we're getting the Magician. Okay, that is a great card for relationship, because that seems to be that he's going to be a magician in the relationship. So he's going to come up with new tricks out of his sleeves. And this is a great card for relationships. So this is a great card because it's a card of someone who is risking things, he's taking risks, he's starting things, he's someone who is really a magician, someone who is able to manifest, someone who is able to take things and start doing things, and he knows what is right for him in everything that is connected to relationship. And actually, King Charles always knew what is right for him. He fell in love with Camilla when he was very young, and he always knew that. He always knew that Camilla is the one for him. So this is a person that is very orderly, very organized, very skilled. He has the ability to manifest, and this is a great card for relationship because he knows what he wants and he knows how to get that. Okay, wait a minute, I'm going to light the candle. Okay, so next card is message from his ancestors, or more maybe his parents in this instance, because he lost both of his parents in the past 2 years. And we're getting here the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card that is telling him to focus on the most important things and put the trivial things aside. And this is the message that his mother, his father, and his ancestors as a whole want him to know. He needs to focus on the most important things, put the trivial things aside, not take attention to the noise. Not concentrate on the noise, but really put attention on the most important things, and be very, very, very careful not to spread too thin, not to spread on too many areas, but to be very focused. So this is the message that his mother, his father, and his ancestors want him to know. Message from his spirit guides. And the message from his spirit guide is the Nine of Pentacles. So that's a great message because the Nine of Pentacles is a card that speaks about profit after working hard. So this is a well-deserved profit. And this is a card that is telling King Charles that he works very hard. He worked very hard all his life. And now he's getting what he deserves. He's getting what he worked for all his life. He has been the Prince of Wales for most of his adult life, and he's been working very hard. He's been thinking about reform, thinking about ways to change things in Britain, and he was working through the Prince's Fund, through all sorts of ways to change things in the United Kingdom and in other countries as well. And now he is taking the fruit out of that hard work. So he's profiting and he's successful and he's getting that success. So this is a great card. This is really a card of success and abundance and enjoyment. So this is a wonderful card. Okay, so what is something that King Charles can look for in the next year? What can he look forward to? And what I'm getting here is the Queen, the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is actually his card because King Charles is Cancer. No, I'm sorry. No, King Charles is a Scorpio. So that's... Actually, Prince William is a Cancer. But I think that we're speaking here about Harry, because Harry is in my opinion, the epitome of the Prince, of the King of Cups. Because this is the deprived king, and you can see here how he looks. He looks like a deprived king. He is someone who will always complain that he never gets what he deserves. He's always complaining. He's always coming with demands. He's going to make be very difficult. He's going to remember that the book is going to come out in 2023. It's not going to be very easy with Harry. So this is something that he can look forward to, but maybe he can look forward to it because Harry might change his mind, might start to be different, might start channeling different in a different tone, or try to connect with him in a different way. I don't know, but this is something that is coming in the next year. So what is going to be King Charles' biggest challenge? And his biggest challenge is justice. So justice is about being very cold-hearted, very direct, very I don't know how to say it exactly, but to look at the things that are not helping you, not that you don't need, and cutting them out. This is about being very just in one way. So as a king, he's being just, okay? He's not being unjust, but this is about being very sharp, being very clear, and acting with an easy heart. So this is actually about court cases. This could be about making justice. This is about maybe some kind of divorce. So this could be a divorce between Harry and Meghan, or some other problem with other members of the family that will have marital problems. This could also be about other judicial problems, maybe the removal of the titles. This could very much be the decision of the removal of the titles. If the parliament moves the law of the titles and gives King Charles the permission or the ability to strip Harry from his titles and Prince Andrew from his title, then he will have to, this will be his challenge to make that decision. It will not be an easy decision, but he will have to make that decision. And then it might be his biggest challenge, because then the people of England will expect him to decide to take to strip Harry and Meghan from their titles, when he has gotten from the parliament all power to be able to do that. And if he's not doing that, then people of England will be very angry, in my opinion. So this might be very much connected to that. Okay. So what can we see about King Charles's spiritual growth? And what I'm getting here is another cutting out card, the Lover's card. And as I told you, I asked my master about these two cards and what is the difference between them. And what he told me is that in the Lover's card, you look at your pathway and you're looking at the things that are redundant in your life's pathway, and then you're just sweeping them aside, or you're cutting them out because they are not helping you. In the Justice cards, it's different, because it's not looking at your life's pathway and looking at the things that are redundant. It's being very sharp and very clear and cutting out things that are there, even though they are not redundant. So this is the main difference. So in the Lover's card, and this is the spiritual growth, it's actually telling us that King Charles will be able to decide what is not helping him and what is helping him in his spiritual growth. So he will be, remember, because once he has become the king of England, he's now the head of the church. So this is a very big spiritual role, and he has to adjust to that role, and he has to see how he adjusts to that role. So he has to look at his life, at his life pathway, and what is not helping him, and whatever is not helping him, to take it out of his life's pathway. Okay, so this is spiritual growth. What can we see about King Charles? Health, and his health is the Eight of Wands. So this is mostly an emotional blockage. And it shows that emotionally he will have problems. It's mostly emotional. It's not so physical problems, it's mostly emotional problems. The Eight of Swords is a card of blockages and bondages. And it shows a person that is not seeing reality as it is and is emotionally blocked. And I think it's all connected to Harry. Because, as I said before, if Parliament allows him to be able to cut off the titles, and if Harry is coming back in one way or another in 2023, and then King Charles needs to make a decision, he will have this emotional blockage, and it will cause him severe emotional problems. So I believe that this will be mostly his health problems will mostly be connected to his health. To his emotions, to his mental health. So it's not saying that he will lose his mental health, but it will be very difficult for him. Okay, so career, his career as a king, and we're getting the Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is usually Meghan, but it's not always Meghan. And King Charles, as a king, is also someone who needs to be egotistical, if you don't mind. He needs to be someone who wants to perform in front of an audience, because this is part of the job. And he needs to be someone who has responsibility. So this is all part of the being a king or queen of wands. So these are part of the fact that his career path. But I have to say that being egotistical, he needs to be careful about that, because he needs to be very careful not to be too egotistical, because if you are being too egotistical, then you are losing that balance. So this is something that he needs to be very, very careful. Another problem of the Queen of Wands is being extravagant, and I think that this is connected to the coronation. Now, I know that there were talks about slimming down the coronation. Today, I saw an article, I even tweeted it, that Charles is actually not going for a slimmed down coronation, that he wants an extravagant affair. So maybe he should be more careful about that, be careful about not spending too much money, not being too extravagant, and not only about the coronation, because Britain is in a crisis, there is a cost of living crisis, so there is this need to be very careful, not to be too extravagant, not to be too egotistical, and to be a person that is very tempered, not to be jealous, not to start doing things like betraying people, like the Queen of Wands knows how to do so well. Okay, last card. It's not exactly last card, but one more is finances and money. I don't think that we have to care to be care to worry about that. And we got the Ten of Pentacles, which is the card of abundance and richness and the happy family. And this is actually a royal family. This is the king and the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales and the grandchildren and the dogs and the castle and everything. So this is the finances, and it's very fitting to a king. Okay, the last card is, where can King Charles find joy? And what I'm getting here is the Fool card. And the Fool is all about freedom. And freedom has no price. And this is what the Fool card means. So King Charles needs to feel a little bit freedom, a little bit going out to the air. And I know that King Charles loves gardening. He loves the fresh air. He loves going out. So this is where he finds his joy. What he has to be very careful about is not taking reckless risks and not being hasty, not to get frustrated too easily, not to get agitated too easily, but to really go out, enjoy the nature, to enjoy the freedom, to enjoy the fresh air and everything that he can enjoy in the outside, in the nature. So this is the year ahead of King Charles, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas: Wands, Pentacles, Cups, and Swords. So it is quite a very balanced reading, which is great. I don't think that we are missing anything, but if you think so, just let me know. And we have court cards, so we have it all. Okay, so this is the tarot, and I thought that a healing card will be great for King Charles as an oracle card. And by the way, today I packed the packages for the winners of my tarot giveaway. And it's Sunday. I'm going to go to the post office and mail them. So, but there will be other giveaways, so don't worry. Just keep on tuning to my channel. Okay, so let's clear the deck. And let's ask. So, healing card for King Charles for 2023. Healing card for Charles for 2023. And the card that I'm getting is, to heal the body, first heal the mind. This is curious, because I got in the health card a mental health problems. So today is for observation. Where does your mind wander naturally? Into fear or fantasy, humor or stress? Follow your mind and observe where it goes to feel itself, to feed itself. Do you like what you see? So this is the card for King Charles. To heal the body, first heal the mind. This is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.